Hello and welcome. I'm Bryn. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Today we're going to keep going with the little series of flows inspired by Kim Cran's Animal Spirit Oracle cards. Today I pulled for you Cobra. So we're going to try to tap into the energy of the Cobra today as we move through practice. So I want to read just a little bit of what it says about the Cobra in the guidebook here. She writes, "The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us, in the form of the inner teacher, and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? When in balance, the Cobra is a student of life, humble and wise." So we'll try to tune into that a little bit today. Where is your inner teacher? Can you listen deeply to your inner teacher as we move through practice? Can you stay humble in your practice? Not trying to push or do anything fancy or go farther than your body is ready for today. Can you really listen to where you are in this moment? Be curious and open to that. So with those thoughts, let's get started. We'll start down on our back today. So find your way to laying down on your back, however you would like. Extending the legs long, the arms beside you, palms facing up to the sky, and close your eyes down. Start to tune into the breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise and fall. Check in with your body. How do you feel today? What sensations? What emotions? What is coming up for you? Take this time as you breathe, as you arrive in your practice, to create a gentle picture in your mind's eye of where it is you are at today. Can you make a commitment to listen to your body as we move through practice? To let your breath and your body guide you, taking rest whenever you need, changing any shapes to fit what you need today. I'm here to guide you, to offer suggestions, but this is your practice. I encourage you to listen to your inner guide today, your inner teacher, to trust the signals of your body. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, bend the knees, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug. You can keep the eyes closed or gently open them with a soft focus. You can rock back and forth on your spine if that feels good. Just starting to wake up the back body. Breathe deeply into the belly. Take both hands around the right knee. Extend the left leg along the floor. Keep the left leg engaged, the toes flexed up towards the ceiling. Hug that right knee in. Check in with the right hip. Make sure that it's not hiking up. Try to bring it back in line with the left hip, keeping the right side torso long. Now start to take some circles with that right knee. Getting into the hip. These don't have to be big circles. Just start to warm up the right hip. Maybe they get a little bit bigger. Just listen to your body. See if you can really try to isolate this movement. And then take those circles in the other direction. Breathing down into the hip space. We'll come back to center. Extend the right arm out at shoulder height on the floor. Plant the palm down into the floor. Spread the fingers wide. With the left hand, guide the right knee over towards the left, coming into a twist. Make sure the right shoulder is still planted down onto the mat. This doesn't have to be a deep twist. We're just starting to warm ourselves up. Breathe into the right side body. We'll inhale to bring that right knee back to center. Give it one last little hug and extend the leg long. See if you can feel that extra space you've made in the right leg, how it's a little longer than the left now. On an inhale, bring the left knee in, hug it in. Try to square off your hips. And when you're ready, start taking those little circles, guiding the knee around. Getting into the left hip, starting to warm it up. And your eyes can even be closed here, so you can really listen to the sensations of the body. Bring the mind's eye down to the left hip and see what's going on there, or where there's some sticky spots. Breathe a little extra oxygen down into those spots. And you can take the circles in the other direction. Maybe they're starting to get a little bigger now as you warm up that hip. Come back to center. Extend your left arm out at shoulder height. Plant the palm down. Guide the left knee over to the right. You can gaze up at the ceiling or gently over that left shoulder. And breathe into the twist. Inhale the knee back up through center. Give it one more little hug. And then bring the right knee in to meet it. Find that little rock and roll again. And we'll make our way over into fetal position. Coming through up into tabletop. Set the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips. If there's any sensitivity in the knees, this is a great time to grab your blanket or whatever you might have nearby to pad the knees. When you're ready, inhale to lift the chin, chest, and tailbone, arching the spine. Exhale to round, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Keep moving through cat and cow. Inhaling to arch the spine and exhaling to tuck the tail. Really listen to your body here. Can you articulate vertebra by vertebra? Can you check in with where you can really feel the sensations of your back and where it is that maybe you're not so connected, where the spine just moves in one big chunk and it's hard to get into the spine. Just observe this. Don't try to judge it or change it. Just seeing where your body is today. Taking this as information, something to learn from. And you can keep going with cat and cow, or for the next few breaths, maybe you open up the movement, circling through the ribs, shoulders, hips. Let the sensation guide you. Let this be intuitive. What is your body asking for right now? We'll meet back in center. Bring the knees a little behind the hips. Tuck the toes. Push the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog here, bending through the knees, moving the hips back and forth. We're still waking up here. Check in with your hands. The finger pads and knuckles should be gripped down into the mat. The arms are strong. The upper arms rotate towards one another, while the shoulder blades slide up the back away from the ears. We'll bring our legs to stillness. Bend into the knees so you can lift the sit bones really high. Feel that long line through your back, from crown to tail. And now start to straighten your knees only so far as you can keep that length in your back. Feel the energetic pull of your heels down towards the mat. They may not reach, but just feel that energy, that isometric movement towards the mat. On an inhale, we'll ripple forward to plank. Take any adjustments you need here to find your plank. Maybe it's stepping your feet back just a touch. The belly button pulls back towards the spine. A long line from crown to heels. Exhale, lift up and back to your downward facing dog. We'll take that again, inhaling forward to your plank, push the mat away. Exhale, leading from the belly button. Come back up to your downward facing dog. Again, inhale, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. One last time, keeping the low belly engaged, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to come forward to plank. You can lower your knees at any time now. Keep that belly engaged, push the floor away. On an exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Tack the toes down and walk your hands out wider than the mat, tenting the fingertips at about the height of your ears. Inhale to ripple your shoulders back, your chest forward, finding a low baby cobra. Exhale, extend through the spine, coming down to rest. Inhale, curl those shoulders back, the heart forward. Exhale to release. One more time, we'll inhale into that baby cobra and exhale to release. Bring the hands back underneath your shoulders. Push up through hands and knees, tuck the toes, and find your downward facing dog. Start to walk up towards the top of your mat, coming into your forward fold. You can have a nice deep bend here to really let the upper body release. Shake the head yes and no, making sure you're not holding any tension in the upper neck. The crown hangs heavy towards the floor. Inhale, hands to shins, extend the spine long. You can keep that deep bend so that you can find that longest expression of your spine here, the crown reaching forward to the wall ahead of you, the tail reaching back. Press the hands into the shins into the hands. Exhale to melt back into your forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, extend the spine once again, pull the belly button back towards the spine, and exhale to fold. One last time, we'll find that long spine. Exhale to fold. And on the inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Bring the hands down to your sides, palms facing forward. Check in with the feet, hip distance apart, set underneath your hips. Take a moment here in mountain pose, finding your breath once again, recommitting to your inner teacher. Listening to what your body is telling you right now. Inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, hands to shins, extend the spine. Exhale to fold. Plant the palms and step back to your plank. Take a big inhale when you arrive here, and exhale to lower to the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, the heart forward, baby cobra. Exhale to release. Make your way back to downward dog through plank or all fours. And once you arrive there, take a few big breaths, inhaling through the nose and letting it go. On the next inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Point the toes up at the ceiling. And then step the leg through, bringing the right foot up towards the thumbs. Take a moment to set the right knee over the right ankle, finding your lunge legs, scissoring the legs energetically towards one another to create a solid foundation. When you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. We'll pivot the back heel back and down, finding a heel to heel alignment here, and interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale to grow tall through the crown, and exhale to bow forward, coming into humble warrior. Your chest can rest on or next to the right thigh. Let the head hang heavy. Root down through the left foot. Feel the outer edge of the left foot really tacking down into the mat. Keep breathing here. And inhale, root into those feet and bring the torso back up. Lift the left heel once again, returning to your lunge legs. Inhale to sweep the arms up to the sky. Take a big deep breath here. Let it go. One more inhale. And on the exhale, we'll bring the left hand down to the mat. Sweep the right fingertips up towards the sky. Twisting your lunge. Exhale to bring the right hand down, frame the right foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here, really check in with what you need to digest this work in your body. I'll give you a few options here. You can stay here in your down dog, or perhaps you come down into child's pose, letting the knees rest, the hips come back towards the heels. Let the forehead come down towards the mat. Or maybe you take a flow, coming forward into plank, lowering down to your belly. Inhale into baby cobra or cobra. And exhale to find your way back to downward facing dog. We'll all meet back in down dog. Inhale to sweep the left toes up towards the sky. And step the left legs through. You know where we're headed here, but still take that time to really set up your lunge legs to feel a solid foundation here. And when you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up to high lunge. Engage through the low belly as you reach those fingers up towards the sky. We'll pivot the right heel back and down, coming to interlace the fingers behind the back. This time, do it the way that feels a little funny. Inhale to grow tall through the crown, and exhale to bow down to the inside of your left leg. Let the crown hang heavy. Humble yourself to the shape. Root into the back foot. So you can inhale and lift the torso back up, crown to the sky. Release the hands and lift the right heel. Sweep the arms up, returning to high lunge. Take a couple big, proud breaths here. On an exhale, let the right hand come down towards the mat. Open the left arm up towards the sky. Keep feeling that left hip pulling back and down towards the back of the mat. Exhale to bring the left hand down to the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Option to take one more vinyasa if that is what your body is asking for right now. We're all going to meet back in child's pose when you're done. Allow the forehead to rest on the mat. The arms can be extended out ahead of you or along your sides. Give your body a chance to digest all that work we did. To take in all the information we gained. If your arms are back behind you, extend them out long once again, plant through the hands. And we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale here through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. We'll start to walk back up towards the top of our mat into our forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, extend the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, hands down through heart center. You can shake that all out. I'll come to face you here. Reset the feet underneath the hips, taking a moment to spread the toes and plant them down into the mat. Feeling yourself root into the mat below you. Bring the hands to the hips. Start to bring the weight over into the left leg. When you feel ready, lift the right knee, coming to balance on the left leg. Find a steady gaze, maybe the wall ahead of you, or somewhere on the floor a couple feet ahead. Open the right knee to the right and start to bring the right sole of the foot in towards the left leg, allowing it to rest wherever comes naturally. Don't use your hands. Humble yourself to the shape. Find the tree that feels natural in your body today. Press the foot into the leg into the foot, creating a strong sense of midline. Smile at any wiggles or wobbles. If you fall out, just come right back. We'll bring the hands in towards heart center. Maybe you lift the fingers up towards the sky, lifting the gaze. And on an exhale, we'll bring everything back in towards center and let it go. Give yourself another shake out. And when you feel ready, reset the feet once again. Don't rush. Take the time to spread those toes and root them back down to feel steady. Bring the hands to the hips and start to bring the weight over into the right leg. When you're ready, lift the left knee and bring the knee out towards the side. Let the left sole of the foot land on the right leg. And this side might be very different. We're not symmetrical. Don't force or push anything. Just let the shape be what it is today. Don't think about what it looks like. Think about what it feels like. Think about what your body is guiding you into today. Perhaps you bring your hands to heart center. Maybe you lift those fingertips up towards the sky, lifting the gaze. Keep breathing. And then bring everything back in towards center. Let it go. Shake it out. We'll make our way down to sitting. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees rest out to the side. If you have a blanket or block nearby, you can always prop your sit bones up so that you can sit really nice and tall, feeling that same long spine that we've explored throughout practice. You can also prop underneath your knees to find some more ease in this shape. Bring the hands to the ankles. Inhale to sit up tall. On the exhale, if there's any hinge in your hips, you can start to come forward, keeping your spine long. Find your edge and then back off a little bit. Breathing into the hip space. Now that we've been here a few breaths, maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Don't push or force anything. Find any version of this shape that works for you, your version. Allow the body to guide you. Take one more big inhale. Let it out fully and slowly. And start to walk yourself back up. Remove any props you might have. And we'll extend the legs out long. Check in with your low back if you're feeling rounded. Grab a blanket, a pillow, something that you can prop yourself up on. If you don't have anything handy, you can always bend the knees. We want to feel length in our spine, our crown reaching up to the sky. Bring the hands down beside you. We'll take a few breaths here in staff pose, just feeling the engagement it takes to sit up tall. All the little muscles we don't think about. If there is any hinge in the hips, on the next exhale, you can start to walk the hands forward, keeping the spine long. Think about the heart reaching forward to the toes rather than trying to bring your nose down to your knees. If you have a strap or something like that handy, you could even bring it around the feet to add a little bit of resistance. We want the shoulders and shoulder blades still integrated into the upper back. With each inhale, grow a little longer and taller. With the exhales, release into the shape a little bit more. Inhale, release any props you might have in your hands and grow tall. Shake your legs out. Feel them vibrating on the ground, getting into the fascia here. Feel that vibration through the muscles. And come to stillness. If you're sitting up on anything, move it aside and make your own way down to your back body. Once there, hug the knees in, give yourself one last little rock and roll. Let the knees come over to the right. Your arms can be out at shoulder height or anywhere that feels comfortable. The gaze can be up at the ceiling or over the left shoulder. Just taking a few breaths here. Breathing into the twist. And allowing yourself to release, melt down into the mat on the exhale. Inhale to bring those legs back through center. You can use your hands if that helps guide them over to the left. And release into your twist on this side. Maybe you start to close the eyes down. Bringing the mind's eye back inside you, into the sensations of the body as we wrap up our practice today. Inhale the knees back through center. Give yourself one last little hug. And then extend the legs long. Let the feet flop out to the sides. The arms at your sides. Palms facing the sky. Close your eyes down if you haven't already and return to the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Finding the natural rhythm of your breath. Allow yourself to release any residual tension with each exhale. slowly start to deepen your breath. Bringing your awareness back into the space around you. Maybe you start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take any other movements that help you wake up back into the space. Could be a big stretch, or just shaking out the arms and legs, circling through the wrists and ankles. Whatever feels good, whatever feels natural. And in your own time, start to make your way over into fetal position once again. Resting the head on the upper arm. Taking a moment here to bridge the space between your practice and going on with your day. And when you're ready, start to come up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. Bring your hands into heart center, bow the chin down to the chest. And find your breath. Take this moment to tune back into that inner teacher, that inner guide. Send yourself some gratitude for listening to what you need today. And set a commitment to carry that with you off of the mat. And if that voice within you is very faint, don't be hard on yourself. It takes time to cultivate. Let your commitment be that you will keep listening, keep building this connection to your inner guide. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. The light in me honors and recognizes the same light in you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Until next time.